My name is Robert. I'm 70 years old, and I want to share something that happened about 6 months ago, something that completely changed the way I look at life. My best friend passed away. His name was Tom. We'd known each other for 57 years, and when he died, it felt like a piece of me went with him. But before I get there, let me tell you how our story started. It was 1967. I was 23, working at a printing shop in Chicago. Tom started there the same week I did. We were both brand new, both nervous, both trying to figure out how to run these huge printing machines without losing a finger. On our very first day, the supervisor put us on the same shift. We stood side by side for 8 hours and barely spoke. At the end of the day, he asked if I wanted to grab a beer. I said sure. That one beer turned into 57 years of friendship. There was nothing dramatic about it. No big moment. We were just two regular guys who met at work and stuck together through everything. Through marriages and divorces, through kids being born and growing up, through all the ordinary stuff life throws at you. Tom got married in 1969. I stood next to him as his best man. I got married in 1971, and he stood next to me. His wife, Linda, and my wife, Carol, became close too. Every Friday night, the four of us had dinner, played cards, talked. Nothing fancy, nothing exciting, just time together. Looking back now, I realize how lucky we were. Not because anything extraordinary was happening, but because we had something most people never find. Steady, dependable friendship. The kind where you don't have to impress anyone. You just show up as yourself. Tom and I worked together at that print shop for 12 years. In 1979, the shop shut down. I found another job. Tom went to work for the city. We didn't see each other every day anymore, but the Friday dinners never stopped, and we always called when something happened. In 1985, my father died. Tom didn't give some long speech at the funeral. He just stood beside me and put his hand on my shoulder. That was enough. When you lose someone, you don't need words. You just need someone there. In 1992, Tom's son got into trouble. Ended up in jail for a year. Tom blamed himself. I told him exactly what he'd told me years earlier, that sometimes bad things happen, and they aren't your fault. His son eventually turned things around, got clean, got married, had 2 kids. Tom was incredibly proud of him. The thing about friendship is you don't really understand how important it is until you're older. When you're young, friends are just people you hang out with. But real friendship is different. Real friendship is showing up when things fall apart. It's sitting in silence because there's nothing to say. It's knowing someone so well you can tell they're hurting even when they say they're fine. Tom and I had that. After 57 years, we were more like brothers. In some ways, better than brothers, because we chose each other. In 2008, Carol died. Breast cancer. I was 64 and suddenly alone. My kids had their own lives. Tom was there. Every day for the first month, he came over, brought food, sat with me, let me cry. He never tried to fix it, never told me it would be okay. He just let me feel what I needed to feel. After Carol died, I went through a dark stretch. I didn't want to leave the house. Tom kept showing up anyway. He wouldn't let me disappear. He'd say, "Come on, Bob. Let's grab lunch." And I'd go because I knew he wasn't giving up on me. In 2013, Linda died. Tom called me at 3 in the morning. Heart attack. By the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late. I drove straight to his house. He was sitting at the kitchen table, staring at nothing. I sat down beside him, and we stayed there in silence for hours. There was nothing to say. He knew I understood. I'd been there before. After Linda passed, we spent even more time together. Breakfast twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same diner we'd been going to for 20 years. Same booth, same order. We talked about nothing important. The weather, the news, how the Cubs were doing. Small talk, but it mattered. It gave us structure, something to look forward to. As we got older, we talked more about the past. Trips we'd taken. Dumb mistakes we'd made. People we'd known who were gone now. It wasn't sad, not really. It felt like we were taking inventory, making sure nothing got forgotten. Last year, Tom started forgetting things. Small stuff at first, then worse. He'd tell me the same story 3 times in one conversation. His daughter took him to the doctor. Dementia. Early stages, but real. Tom was scared of losing himself. I told him what he'd once told me. We deal with what we're given. The last 6 months were hard. He declined faster than anyone expected. Some days he knew who I was. Some days he didn't. I kept showing up anyway. Tuesday and Thursday mornings at his house. Sometimes he recognized me. Sometimes he didn't. It didn't matter. I was there. 6 months ago, Tom had a stroke. He was in the hospital for 2 days before he passed. I was there at the end, held his hand, told him it was okay to let go. And he did. I'm 80 years old now. I've lost a lot of people, my parents, my wife, friends. But losing Tom was different. He was the last person who remembered who I used to be. The last one who knew all my stories. The last one who could laugh with me about things that happened 40 years ago. When Tom died, a whole chapter of my life disappeared with him. After the funeral, I realized something. For most of my life, I took our friendship for granted. I assumed Tom would always be there, always up for breakfast on Tuesday mornings, always ready to listen. And now he's not. And I can't get that time back. Here's what I want you to understand, no matter how old you are or where you are in life. Friends matter, real friends. The ones who show up when things get hard, the ones who know you better than you know yourself. Those friendships are rare, and they take effort, they take time, they take showing up, even when it's inconvenient. I look around today and see everyone busy, focused on work, family, their own problems. People think they'll make time later. They think they have forever. But they don't. Time runs out. People die. And one day you realize you're alone, and all the things you thought were so important don't matter anymore. Tom and I had 57 years together. 57 years of Friday dinners, Tuesday breakfasts, phone calls, and just being there. And it still didn't feel like enough. I still wish I'd appreciated it more while I had it. If you have a friend, a real one, someone who's walked with you through the years, call them, make plans, show up. Don't wait. Don't assume you'll have time later. You might not. After Tom died, I thought about all the times I could have called him, but didn't. All the times I was tired, busy, or just didn't feel like it. All the time I wasted thinking we had forever. We didn't. Nobody does. I'm still here. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, I wake up, and for a split second I forget. I think about heading to the diner to meet Tom. Then I remember he's gone. And I sit alone, wondering what I'm supposed to do with all the time I have left. My kids tell me to make new friends, join a club. But I'm 80 years old. I don't want new friends. I want my friend, the one who knew me for 57 years, the one who understood me without explanations. You don't replace that. You just learn to live with the space it leaves behind. So here's my advice, and I mean it with everything I have. Don't take your friends for granted. Don't assume they'll always be there. Don't put off getting together because you're busy or tired or stressed. Make the time. Be present, because one day, one of you won't be here anymore, and all you'll have left are memories and regret. Tom taught me a lot: how to listen, how to show up, how to just be there. Now that he's gone, I'm trying to pass that on, not to replace him, but to honor him, to make sure the way he lived meant something. If there's someone in your life who's been there through it all, tell them you appreciate them. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. Pick up the phone, send the message, make the plans. Life is short, and the people you love don't stay forever. I miss Tom every single day. I miss our breakfasts, our phone calls, just knowing he was there. But I'm grateful. Grateful for 57 years with a friend like that. Grateful for every conversation, every meal, every moment. And grateful I got to be there at the end, holding his hand, telling him it was okay. That's real friendship. Being there, in the good times and the bad, in the ordinary moments and the final ones, just being there. If this story meant something to you, reach out to someone you care about. Make the effort. Show up. And if you found value in what I shared today, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit subscribe and leave a comment. Tell me about your friendships. Tell me about the people who matter to you. I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for listening.